We will start in a few minutes. You just wait. Excellent. I think we are ready to start. So welcome everyone. And this is our new campus in a line. It looks beautiful, isn't it? So today we'll be talking about Python for data science. This will be hopefully a practical course that will help you to start programming in Python and doing some data science and data analytics activities through this course. We still only 1 minute in the time. I can see the numbers are going up, but just let's wait for another 5 minutes. Then we will start. I hope you received the message that I sent, which gave some instructions on downloading a few things. Thank you for joining from Toronto. This is amazing. I'm not sure what is the time there. Maybe it's early morning at your place. So thank you, Michelle, for coming. And Zakir Khan, I can see as well. Good. Oh, 8 in the morning. That's a good time, isn't it? I hope you have a holiday or something that allow you to participate with no issue. Perfect. Okay. So what is this course? Let me just share my screen. I think you already received a message from me saying that you need to join. Let me move this one a little bit down so I have more space. You need to join learnho.com. I sent you a link, but I'll just put it in the chat in case some of you did not receive the email. You need either scan this code or use this link, which I'm going to put in the chat. When you do that, you need to log in using either Google or Facebook. Microsoft will work for some, will not work for everyone. So better maybe use either Google or Facebook for the time being. And then let me put it in the chat first. So host and panelist, to make sure everyone, yeah, it's going to you now. So if you get this one, you will join. I can see there's a good number already joining here. We have around 130 already in, and more hopefully will come. Once you are in that course, you need to click on the live one. There are a number of sessions. One of it is the live one. When you get into the live, either in your phone or in your on your computer, you will get, we'll go through this one. So this is the outline which we'll do. And I can see some of you already answering this question, how Python is different from other programming languages. And we will go through this one. So we'll make this course more interactive. You can see also you have here ask a question. If you're using your phone and you made, for example, a code and there is an error in the code or there's a problem you're facing, you can take a photo of that error and send it. You can take it from here. And then I will look at it. I will try to help you with that. During the session, I'll be explaining some concept, giving you some examples, and then giving you some time to practice. And then we can continue. At the beginning of every session, starting from tomorrow, I will spend around 15 minutes to answer questions from you. So if you go through some issues while you do the coding, then you can ask me a question. I can allow you to share screen, and we can go through that one together. From experience, I found this is very useful for not only the person who asks the questions, but the others who are watching the session. We are live on so many platforms, but better to come through Zoom and be with us here. People from outside, they also can join. Okay, so this course, what this course is, sorry, I'll go back here to my screen. This is my screen is different from your screen because I will be controlling how things are going on. So I can see some good questions coming here, but we'll be discussing today what is Python and why it is useful and what it can do, the application that Python can be used in, and then we'll talk about defining variables, setting some conditions, doing some functions, and doing some reading data from so many different sources and following a systematic process to analyze those data. And we will be using a library called Pandas. And then we will also do some numerical analysis. And you'll find some fascinating things coming from this numerical analysis, which we can do. You don't need to have any programming experience because we will start from the basic. And I'm sure you are at different levels. I have seen it before in the previous course. People comes from experience in programming to someone who is just starting fresh, and we will try to accommodate all types of student or user or participants here. Just be patient. If you find something is too much easy, later something else will come more interesting, or something very difficult, we will clarify it. So we'll try to do that. Now, looking at your answers on the questions, how Python is different, and I'll come back to the question, what software I should install, how I can access Python. I'll come to all this, so don't worry about that one. So these are some of the inputs coming from you. Something, it is very popular programming language now. Yes, Python is one of the most popular languages now. And people knowing Python, you will find opportunities to get jobs. In fact, heard a nice comment from the previous course. Some of the students who joined us, who fresh university graduate, joined us and in the course, and they said because of they have Python from that course, they were able to get interview and get a job, which was really amazing and interesting to hear that. Python is it's a very dynamic. We have so many people coming here, and we have also this chart here. But what is really why Python is getting very popular? Python getting very popular because it's easier to code in Python. There are no that many restrictions similar to other programming languages, for example, C or Java or others who are very strong programming languages. But Python is very easy in going. For example, variables in Python, in Java, or in other languages, you have to declare exactly what is that data you're going to use. Is it integer, it is float, it is double, it is real, it's long, it's so many of types. Python is more flexible. You can allocate an integer number to a variable and then later change it and make it a text or make it float. So it has those flexibility which allow people to do lots of things. So as a language, the structure of the language is more closer to human language, and you will see that one by the examples we'll go through. So that make it very popular in terms of easy to learn. But also Python is very strong. It has a huge library. If you go somewhere and say Python libraries, and let's just look at in Google and see how many libraries are there. The huge number of libraries in Python that you can use, and you can look at it. Those libraries are code that ready to use. You can just plug it in your code and use it. Some of it will do very complicated things, like, for example, analyzing a graphic or a video, or doing some video processing, and so many complicated, or some scientific manipulation or experimentation. So there's so many libraries there that are easy. You just plug it into your code and you see this is the top 3, 4, for example. If you look at Scikit is a scientific for learning science. It helps you to learn lots of things by using just one line of code. You can solve some mathematical problem and things like that. There are the Numpy is a numerical analysis, a very rich library that allow you to work with numbers and do lots of great things with it. There is Pandas, which SciPy is a scientific again library that's very famous, very common. People use. In any areas you're studying health science, you will find some library related to health science that you can use. And you will see later how we can install and use those libraries in Python. Natural language toolkit allow you to process text that is really interesting, and you can translate it, you can look at similarity, you can do many things of it, find the semantics of that one. So these are some of the libraries that, so there's so many libraries make it easy. Also, Python is available, or you can find it in many things. I have a friend who bought a camera for a drone that he's doing some experiment, and he found it's the software of that camera in Python. So you can hook it to computer and do some Python code, and you start controlling that camera and doing things with the camera. So you will find it everywhere. The many of machine learning, which artificial intelligence of machines starting to learn from experience and from other things are in Python. And Python is very strong also in machine learning. So Python is getting that popularity because of that. Now I have a question for you. Get your phone ready or your computer ready. Now you will get a question coming on the screen, similar to this one, but this will be a multiple choice. And later you will get some questions, you'll get some points for it. So be alerted, be ready. So let's see the next question coming to you, which basically I'm asking you about your programming experience. What is your programming experience? Are you a beginner? So this will give me an idea about the crowd and people we're dealing with, and to give more maybe time to one group than other group. When we need it, then adjust it later. Don't feel that I'm going to make your life a little bit not interesting. We'll make it interesting, and you will see the 2 hours will go too fast. You will not even feel that the 2 hours are gone, because coding is always interesting. At least to me, I'm sure it will be interesting to you and will get you happy. So I can see you are like a normal distribution, yeah? You have some beginners, you have some intermediate in programming. Now we're talking here about general programming. We're not talking about Python programming. Python programming we'll talk about in the next question. But in general with programming, last time I had people who had no programming at all, and then became really, they loved the course, and they have done some great things of that one. And they're sharing with me all the time the things they do. So you can see that this chart is keep dynamically changing. Let's move to the next question. I know that many of you who did not start yet getting to the software, but you will get in the software soon. Now, the next question is specific about Python programming language. What is your Python programming experience? And see this large number of new to Python. Now this new, I made it fake like that. New means you have done maybe some work there, but still new. I can see few are advanced, which very good. That will help us to get you to support the rest of the team. Where are the others? Tell me if you are beginner, you are Where is your phone? Where is your computer? Are you facing it, Shani? Now, the good thing also you have that question. Let me see if anyone asks questions. Oh, very good. There's some questions already in here, which we'll look at them here. Here are some good questions. Where does the live session start? It's through Zoom, and you get it through Zoom, but it's also on our social media platform. You'll be on Facebook, I think on LinkedIn and YouTube. But it is on Zoom where you can do more participation here. So this is answered. I didn't get sent the link to enter the Zoom. I think you should receive, but sometimes some of you enter wrong email or by mistake there is something in email. All the communication will go through the email that you added when you registered into Zoom. But maybe send me an email. I'll make sure you are added to the list. Kindly share Zoom link to join. This coming from social media, I think. Let me see how I can get you the link. Here is the link, but how I can send it to you. The number is 841105600050. So if you are not in Zoom and you want to join through Zoom, so it's 841105600050. And that's the number. If you put in Zoom, it will be part of us. You need to register, you go through a process to get in. I can do this also by answering your question and putting this link here to this person who asked the question. Now, the good thing with this system we're using, these questions you ask, they will be in your profile and you will find it later and you can add a note to it and think, how can I join the class? You go through Zoom and you come through this link. That's how you join. How did I get started? Yeah, we'll go into that one. This is, I'm going to answer it. Is there supposed to be a Zoom meeting? Yes, there is a Zoom meeting, which the number is there. I think I sent you now. If you look at your answers, you'll find it. Please, we don't receive the Zoom link because I think you're registered with a different account. A good thing there's so many people coming through. I'm adding it here. I can't reply to the social media because it's not with me here. We start every day at 4 p.m. from 4 to 6, only 5 days, Sunday to Thursday, and we'll finish this course. I'll come to all these questions for sure, but let me just continue what I want to do. Okay. Now, these are some of the answers why Python is good. It's easy to learn. There's so many libraries. There are hundreds of libraries. Efficient, reliable, and the speed is something in terms of coding and running your code directly. But the processing of the code is not really faster than other languages, but because it's easy to debug your code, you'll see that one. So processing and development time is shorter. It deals with big data, machine learning, cloud computing, and many areas. It's a first choice language for many people who start to learn programming. It's flexibility of the language, use of academic, there's lots of automation, and this graph showing the programming language that are in demand. And you can see this is Python is going up. Now you can, if you search on the net, you'll find different numbers. Some people saying Java is #1, Python is #2, or others saying no, it's Python is #1, Java is #2. Or the most important thing, it's one of the most needed languages. So you have, if you learn it, you will get advantage on that one. So think of it of this way. Is it first, second, third? It doesn't make difference because you are within the top three. And that's what you need to keep in mind. Now, for us to start programming in Python, you should have a question saying how I can start, how I can get the IBM badge. To get the IBM badges, I want you to follow this one. You go to cognitive class, here is it, IBM cognitive class. If you search for cognitive class, you'll find cognitive class, you'll find courses. If you click here on this one, I'll put the link now in the chat. So these are the courses that, and this is the cognitive class. Let me take you to the course, then I'll send you the link of that course. Let me say Python. Go directly. They just recently changed the interface, so became a little bit different from before. Let me just get to the course. Now I'll put this course in the chat. This is the course that you need to join. If you go there, and we will go through it and do the practical, which we will do together, and then do the final exam. There are questions at the end of each module, and there are questions at the end of the course. You'll get a badge from IBM that you can share it on social media, and people can verify it and do whatever need to do. Let me put this one in the chat and also find a way to get it. Here is it. So the code is it's basically you go to cognitive class, then .ai cognitive class .ai courses, and then you type Python -for -data -science. Yeah, there's no space in between at all. And this is the address that will take you to this one. Now, when you get there, you will have a different screen than mine because I'm already logged in. So I can, you will get a different screen. Let me sign out. Just stop this one so you can see better. Okay, let me just go there, and when you click on the name, just sign out, then sign in so you can see the whole process. Okay, so I will share screen again. Share screen. First day will take us some time to set up things and make sure we are ready. And then we will, and today we'll start doing some coding. We cannot just wait. So when you get to this page, you click on sign in. Now in sign in, if you have an account, you can sign in. If you don't have an account, you can create an account. The account is free. You can use your social media, you can use your school, your company account. You can get that account by going there. Or you can do it using anyone. So if you are here, you'll get this one. If you can use your social media again, Facebook, or the other things to create your account. Once you create your account and you sign in to the course, you sign in. For you, because you are new, I'm using different account just to demonstrate to the student, which I'm using. When you get into this page, this is where the new changes they made. You just want, you go to that link I gave you. Remember the link I put in the chat. If you click on it, it will take you directly into the course. This is the course. But if you don't have the link, assume, which I gave you that link at the beginning, then you need to navigate. You can search here for Python. And once you do Python, then you will get into one course called Python for data science. Don't go for this one or this one or this one. We're doing this. There are in fact 4 courses in this bundle. We will do now Python for data science, and then we'll look at that. Once you are in with this course, if first time you need to click enroll. You will find something say enroll. Enroll because you are new, you need to enroll in the course. You click enroll in the course, then you are in the course. Now the course will look like this. There are 5 modules. The first one is the basics we will do today. And then data structures, we'll look at different type of data and how we can process this data and deal with it. We'll do some more programming fundamentals in Python, like we'll cover the loops, the if statement, the conditions, and number of programming controls here. And then we will work with data. So here we will be taking data from Excel sheet or from a website or from somewhere else and start now to access the data, clean the data, process the data. It's all fun. You can see with one line of code, we do things that you will spend hours and hours doing with other languages or doing it in some other tools. So don't worry when it sounds like a very complicated. It's not complicated, and you will see. And then the last one will work with Numpy with numerical analysis, and we'll do some image processing and things using that one. When you go into any one of this, they have done it in a nice way. We will cover everything, but you can go on your own and do things. Like there are videos here that explain everything, how to have start your program. You can go and do that one and do the first program. They explain it, but we're going to explain it. Things here, they are not explaining it. We'll make it clear and we'll do more practice. So each one has. Now, how to pass the course? If you go to the course information section, this is the course information. It'll give you some information about this course. And as I basically said, there are 2 requirements to get the certificate or the badges here. The first one, let me go to the beginning here and show you an example. First one, if you look at module 1, for example, this is the first learning outcome. So this is an explanation of the learning outcome. You move to the next one. You will find there is a video here. And then there are 3 questions or 4 questions sometime here. You need to attempt those questions. We will do some examples and show you how it works. Then you should be able to do it yourself. So you have to answer those questions all in every module. And then at the end of the course, if you continue looking at the course, you'll find at the end completion, the final exam. This final exam, it takes 1 hour. It has, I think, 25 questions. If you do the course and follow me and do practice after this session, you will find these questions are very simple to do them. And there is no limit to repeat those questions here. I think, no, there are 3 limits to repeat the question here. It depends if it's multiple choice or if it's a thing. But for the final exam, it's only 1 attempt. So don't do it unless you're prepared for it. And I think you can be prepared. It means you don't submit it. If you submit it, you can go through it, but you submit it, it's just done. Okay, so the labs are optional. They will not ask you to do the labs, but we will do the labs together and give you some work to do as well, so you can get prepared. So this in terms of the requirement, you need to make sure you join the cognitive class. You go to the Python course, which I put in the chat, that you need to access. Yeah. Very good. I can see people who created that one, and then go. Okay, give you around another, maybe say another 5 minutes for everyone to create your account, and then we will start working on our first program and how we do that. You can see done, very good. So many of you saying done, which very good, okay. Let me do something, and here in our Learn How, I will add one question at the end while people are doing registering. Now you should get on your phone a question saying, a statement saying, I have created my account. Let me see how many of you have managed to create their accounts. You can see there are 10. There's people saying no. What is the reason for no? That's okay. So class start. Okay, I answered that one. Kindly send my course to my email. I think I did send it already. Email I can't send now, sorry for that, but I am unable to reach out to the live session. I can only see the text after I click. The live session you need to join through Zoom or come. Strange thing that some of you, if you registered, you should get an email. I'm sure you received an email. This is why we have this large number of people are here, but that's okay. Let me put into the answers here the link to that. Please, can you send me the Zoom link? I sent it. How long is the session? Every session is 2 hours. I don't have any experience. That's fine. If you don't have experience, you maybe learn better because you start fresh. I'm just answering those questions. I have a problem. No showing. Well, I don't know what that means, Helen. Showing. Question is the ID, webinar, very good. Passcode, very good. Okay. So yeah, the ID is, I think everyone already know the ID. Okay, thank you for that. Hello, did class start? Yes, we already started, Hamda, and we just waiting for people to tell us if they. Okay, so let's now, I can see some of you managed to do that and some maybe did not manage to do it. Hope you will be able to do. Are you ready to learn Python? I think you are ready. Now, let's do the first Python program. I sent you also an email saying these are the different ways you can get Python on your computer. Yeah, I hope you received that email. And let's now share screen and show you how we can do that. So we have 3 different ways to start a program in Python. I will show you all the 3 ways and you select the one you like. The one I recommend now at the beginning, because you don't have time, is to go through the course which we just subscribed to. So this is the course from IBM. And if you go to module 1 basics, yeah, click there, you will find here there is lab. Okay. Yeah, you can start here or start here, anywhere. I start here, write your first code, yeah? This is the one. If you click on this one, it will start loading the library. Now, IBM have already created, this is start the lab, yeah? So here is here, we start the lab. So back again, we click on module 1, we click on lab, write your first Python code. If you click there, you will get in this page where you can click here and start the lab, okay? You'll get this warning, you will get another one asking you to click, you are not a robot, and it will take some time to prepare the library for you. You just be patient and wait for it, it will come, okay? This is one way, so we'll wait for it to load. While it's loading, I will show you the second way, and it's good. It's loaded and it's going really very fast. Not really, it takes time, but it takes time to load. After it's loaded, it's done. The other way to do it, you go to Anaconda, yeah? Anaconda Python. This is something called Anaconda. Anaconda is a package. This one, yeah, Anaconda. This package, you can allow you to run Python on your computer. No, the IBM one will run on the cloud. Means you can access it anytime from any machine. It takes you there and you will start programming. The Anaconda will be installed on your computer, yeah? If you want more flexibility to do that. And when you get there, you click on Anaconda, you go for product, go for individual edition. This is free and this is for individual users, not for companies. So if you go there, and then you can download. I'm using Mac, so it will download for me Mac. For you, it will download the Windows. You download it, you install it, okay? Okay, still the IBM is taking time to build, but as I said, the IBM takes time to load. Once it's loaded, everything will be perfect, but that's taking time to load. Now the IBM loaded and it took me directly to this page where it has lots of instructions for me that I'm going to take you through, and we will do the things we have here. Now, if you are on the Anaconda, you download it. When you download it, you get a software. In my Mac, for example, let me show you. If I go into my applications, in Windows, you go into programs, you will find Anaconda navigation. If you click on this Anaconda, it will open now the Anaconda, which here. Now, there's so many things in Anaconda. The one you need is this one, Jupyter. So for data science, the best package that you can use in Python to analyze data is Jupyter. Jupyter is something added to Python to make you do data. Why? Because it has so many advantages. It allows you to manage your code and execute it faster and testing it and everything. So if I click on Jupyter, I would get something now, it will load. I'll get something similar, not really similar, but it will be now in a second similar. So you get your folders, you can create a folder, whatever, but also you can create a new application. I'm going to use Python 3. Let's use Python 3. There are a number of versions of Python. The one that may be installed by default on most machines are 2.7, but 2.7 is now old. So go for 3 or 3.92 is the latest one. So I'll go for 3 just. Once you do, see this page will look somehow similar to this page, which what is it? In IBM. They are similar somehow. I'll show you how they are similar. So if I create a new one here and call it first code, and then this will, sorry, we're here, yeah, click here, and should be in Python, and in Python, I created a new page. So this page looks similar to this page, isn't it? They are almost the same. I will take you through the IBM. So this is the second way. The second way is to go to Anaconda. You download the software, you go for the individual, install it, and when you run it, you will get a page like this one. You select Launch Jupyter, and it will take you to the Jupyter page, which again, a browser-based similar to this. Okay, so when we are in now, what is Jupyter Notebook? Jupyter Notebook has this interface. So this one is not that much important for me. I'll just leave it there. But Jupyter Notebook is just made of different cells. You see, each cell can have one line to any number of line of code. Yeah, each one. For example, if I say here x equals 5, okay, this is one line. Yeah, how I run it, I can press this one here, it will run it. Now x giving the value 5. If I say print x and run it, I'll get 5. Yeah, so these two can be, instead of having two different lines, I can have them in one cell. So if I do these two together and click this one, it will give me the result. So a cell can have one or more line of code. Yeah, these cells you can add additional, you can delete. If you want to delete this one, you don't want it, you delete it. Yeah, we will come to now to the Python programming. So we had something there. You want a new cell, you click here, add a new cell. Now to run the code, you can press here, or there is another way to do it. In Mac, you do Shift Enter. I think in Windows as well, the same thing. If you press on Shift with one finger and keep it on that Shift, and the other one press Enter, then it will execute the code for you. So you have two ways to execute. Either select the cell and do this, or stand somewhere in the cell and do Shift Enter. Okay, so this is the Jupyter Notebook. This is the second way. The third way, there is something programmers would know called Visual Studio Code. Yeah, let me go here. This is from Microsoft. Yeah, Visual Studio Code. This Visual Studio Code is becoming very popular among programmers. You can use it to program in any language. Okay, if you download the Microsoft Visual Studio Code and you add to it a plugin called Jupyter, then you will be able to program. If some of you are programming in Visual Studio, you can still also do the same thing. But my advice for most of you now, let's follow the IBM one. Yeah, with the IBM one, we can do most of the things we need to do. In fact, we can do the whole course with the IBM. And later, if you want to install Anaconda, you can install Anaconda and install other languages. Okay, do you have questions? Let's just get to know if you have some questions. One way you can do, you can raise your hand. I can see there are two of you already raised hand. I can see Bilal, Adil raised hand, and Joel Mota raised hand, and the others. Now, if you're sure, keep your hand up. If you're not sure, lower your hand so I can now know who is really wanted to talk and who doesn't want to talk. So let me go to now Navid. Navid, I can see you are on top of the list. So now you can talk. You need to unmute your microphone and ask your question.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
How is it? I just need to know how did you activate that code typing in the IBM? I didn't see that part.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do it. Okay. So that's a question. Let me just answer this one while you are live. We'll share screen and do that. Now, this is recorded. Later, you can find the recording on our YouTube channel. I'll send you an email also later how to do this. Let me close all those browser things which I don't need and stay with the IBM page. This is the IBM course I am in. If you remember, if you look at it, this is the main page of it. Now, what I did, I went into module 1, and then I found here lab, clicked on that lab.
Okay.
Took me to this page. There's something called Start Lab here. I just clicked on this one. This pop-up came. I have to say okay, otherwise it will not work. When I say okay, it takes time to load. So it will ask me to verify that I am human. So I click on this one. Now it will start loading the IBM library or lab, which really very sophisticated lab they have here. They have made all this available for people to access it anytime, anywhere. So you go there, now it's loaded because I loaded it before, it took less time. But if this is the first time I'm opening it, it will take time to load. Once it's loaded, usually you will get a page with some code in it, yeah? You can start a new one by clicking here. If I want to start a new page, see, these are my pages. Let me close. If I click here, sorry, click on Python, I go to Python. Now I'm in Python. So when you start with nothing, you will get something like this. Click on Python. Yeah, it will take you to an empty one.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, good.
Thank
you. Pleasure. Thank you very much. Let me see the others. You can now lower your hand if you want. Also, Javed. Dr. Javed.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I just have a question. I'm from Pakistan. So sometimes we have electricity issue here, right? Even I'm using a laptop, but sometimes I'm using a desktop. So is it possible we will get some recording of it?
Yes, I will send you an email at the end of the session or before tomorrow with the link of the recording.
Jazakallah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, lower hand. And then I have Daya. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, Daya. Okay, you need to unmute your microphone. Okay, so it seems that we are, there are two more. I'll just answer the two more and then we will see. Say Danish.
Hello.
Yes, yeah. Hello.
Yeah,
how are
so
Good.
Fine. What about you?
Very good. Go ahead.
I'm using Anaconda. Is that okay?
Sorry?
I'm using the software Anaconda for this Python. So is that okay?
Very good. That's good. That's no issue. You can use Anaconda with no issue.
Yeah, that's the only one. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Maheen. Yes, Maheen. You can speak. Okay, Maheen, you seem you have an issue with your microphone. You need unmute.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum, Doctor. Thank you for your presentation and nice to see you again. I actually enjoyed the last session about no code. So I get interest to this and thanks for that. Actually, I missed that part, how to open this IBM page. The next step I understand, but how to start this page means I didn't get that one. I'm sorry for that.
No issue. I'll show you again the way
this page, how I get it.
Yeah.
First, what I have to type on the Google to get this page.
Okay, to get to the page, yeah, you need to go to cognitive. This is the address. Let me maybe copy this and put it in the chat. So if you look at the chat, you will find the link that will take you to that page directly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Once-
thanks, Dr.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. Okay, so let's start coding now. We're talking very nicely about things. Let's just do some coding and then come back to you. Just to make sure I'm following my thing. Okay, so in the first thing, we'll be doing something about print statement and few things. And let's do that in a second. This one, I don't think I need you to do any contribution, so that should be fine. And we'll remove this one. Okay, so I'm going to start again the lab, and we will start looking at using simple print statement and simple code, yeah, and see our first code. It's loading, yes, it's here. Okay, so let's do this one. First, the basic thing is print. Print, you will find two types of print. Let's say print Abu Dhabi University, yeah? Let me just say Abu Dhabi University, yeah? Print, the way it works, you print and open bracket and quotation. But sometimes you will find somewhere it's written this way, print Abu Dhabi University. The second one, this one will not work with the version that we are using. Version 2.7, the old one, used to work without bracket. This one requires a bracket. Okay, so a command in Python is just a statement. Yeah, print is the most famous one. Like people do hello world and things when they start learning programming. You can declare variables, as we said. You can say x equal 5, for example, and then say y equal 7, and then you can say z equal x plus y. These simple things. Yeah. If I do like this, what I did, I did this one, I did run it. What happened? Nothing happened. Why? Because the computer did assign 5 to x, assign 7 to y, then added the two together and created z, but didn't print the result because I didn't say print. So in another cell, I can say print. In another cell, I can say print z now. Okay, so this is how to work. Now it's important to know those cells running are sequential. For example, if I come and make this one 8 and I do not run this cell and come back and run this one, the result will not change because this one did not run. I have to run it first, then I come here and run the second one. This is something very useful in Jupyter. Why? It looks like a crazy thing. Why it's useful? Assume you're reading a data from an Excel sheet that have thousands and thousands of rows of data, okay? And then you're doing some processing on it. You don't need to read it every time. You just read it once in one cell and keep it. And then on the other cells, you start processing that data. So you don't, will make your coding faster. Because if you run it every time, read the data, and reading data takes a long time, then just you wasting your time. So those cells divide your code into groups, and each cell can run on its own, okay? So this is one thing. Now, the other thing, when you write a code, you need sometimes to add some comments. Comments means something that for you as a programmer or the developer or the data analyst, you want to keep some comments, okay? So you can use hash. Hash is for adding comment. So if I say hash anything, this code will calculate the average of 10 numbers, assuming like that. So when I wrote it like this one, if I run it, it does nothing because it's just a note for me. It's not a code. So if I use, for example, print 5, what I'll get nothing because this is just a comment. But if I say print 5 without that one will give me a 5, okay? Or 5 multiply 8 will give me 40, yeah? So these cells are the way it works here. So each one is meant for doing group of data that together or the group of process that are together. And each cell is on its own, can run, but it uses data from the previous cells. For example, when we said here, X equal 5, Y equal 8, and then we add it together, when we came here and said run in another cell, Z, it used the value of Z from the other cell. So that's the basic thing. And the first module in this course is just basically doing this. If you come back here, if you look at this video about your first program, it's just covering those simple things, telling you about the print statement and the way it works. You can go through it. And then you'll have some questions coming down. Now I have some questions for you here if you are ready now. Did you do that? Did you do the code I just did? For example, I want you to do this practice. Okay, let me add an exercise for you. I need you to have two variables, one called A and one called B, yeah? Have two variables, A and B, okay? Calculate the total and average of these two numbers. Now this is an exercise I want you to have. So two variables, A and B, give them any value. I'm not worried about what value you'll be giving these variables, but I want you to assign two variables and then calculate their total and average. So how you can do this? Okay, I will look at your questions on Learn How. If you added, now let me see if some of you can share the code. No, I'll show you how to do it. Then you can share the code later. So we'll have A equal 5, for example, and B equal 25. Yeah. Okay. Then I'll say sum equal A plus B and average AVG equals sum divided by 2. This is how we can calculate the average. Now let's run this one and you can see the error code I'm having here. Just give me a second. I have some pain in this. I don't know why. I'm not sharing screen. Yeah, did I share screen? No, I didn't share screen. Sorry. Okay, just give me a second, please. Sorry for that. Oh. Good. Okay, so let's share screen again and show you what we are doing. Where is that screen now? Let's share. Okay. Just sorry for this. I have just some pain in my, I don't know, maybe I need some water. Okay, we're on this one. So I added A plus B, then we'll print now the sum of A and B. Okay, working, okay? Now, if I made a mistake and put this A lowercase, what will happen? I'll get an error, yeah? Why? Because Python is a case sensitive. What does it mean, case sensitive? Means uppercase is different from lowercase. So if I declare something as uppercase, I have to continue using it uppercase. If I do lowercase, I have to continue using lowercase. So the solution is this should be a capital. Now, if I calculate the average, so I can say average equal sum divided by 2. Yeah. So now I can print also the average. Yeah. So this is how it works. So it's just simple code. We'll do more sophisticated code later. But for now, this is the code we are doing. I hope you were able to do this one. Now I need you to go to your IBM and answer the 3 questions that IBM have there. The 3 questions that are there. Okay, I hope you were able to answer the question. The questions are where they are. You go back to the course, you go to module 1, you go to your first program, and then there you will find the questions. So it's here. You go back here, module 1, and then write your first. Here's this one. Write your first program. You click there, and then you will find 3 questions below this video. This you need to try and answer them now. Okay, so I hope you answered those questions. Let's go to the next thing we need to do. Okay, so after we did that one, so we did learn how to write a simple code, which we looked at it now. We looked at the comment we have to add, and we worked with Jupyter Notebook. This is what we did so far. Now, here is a question for you. Sorry. Get ready for the question, yeah? Get your phone and try to answer this question. You'll get point on this one. If you have this code, and what will be the right answer for this code? Are you getting Hamad dash in Odabi, or getting Hamad in Odabi, or getting an error in this code? What you will get in this code? Let me see the answers giving. Many 20 gave, very good. Let's see who is on the top score. Aha, now this is more exciting. Abdul Latif is scoring first because he gave the right answer in quick time. And this is good, Abdul Latif. And then we have Aisha, we have Anzif, and we have Zahra, Ahmad, and the rest of the group, okay? Now, if your answer will not be counted for you, but you can answer it for just your record. Now, there's another question coming now. Get ready, everyone. The score can change. Now, this is the other questions. What is the output of executing the following statement? I have this statement. What will be the output? Okay. Now, the output, some of you saying will print Abu Dhabi University, some of it saying Abu Dhabi between quotation, and the last people who are correct are those saying there's no output. Why? Because this is a comment, because started by hash. The hash means this is a comment, so it's not part of the code. When you run it, you don't get anything because it started by hash. And the hash means this is a comment, information only for the programmer. So how is the score? Still, Abdul Latif is leading on this. Let's see if what has been the changes now. We are here. When we look at this one, we good. Okay, fine. Now this one again, sorry, I made a mistake. Okay, you can try again, but I'll move to the next question once this one is done. Okay, now we have something called data type, and this is important, yeah? What are the data that we're using? What the type of data that we are using? So let's go back to our IBM lab and come here. So we have something called integer. Integer is a whole number. Like if I say x equal 5, yeah? This is a whole number. In Python, there's a command called type. If you use type, it will tell you what is the type of that variable. Say type, and put between bracket x, telling me this is integer. If I put 5.6, for example, here, and then run it and look at the type, what I will get, I'll get float. Float, basically, the one has a decimal point. I think most of you know that one, which has almost unlimited number. There is a limit, but it's like a huge limit there. So we now know int and we know float, okay? The third one have something called Boolean. So if I say h equal true, true is a Boolean, yeah? True T uppercase. So if I try say type of H, it will tell me H is Boolean. Okay, so we know int, integer, we know float, we know Boolean. Boolean can be true and false. Yeah, so I can say make it true or false as well. I can say H equal false. Yeah, and this is also a Boolean type. So if I say type, I will find H is again Boolean. So we have integer, we have Boolean, we have float. The fourth one is string or text. We noticed that Abu Dhabi University, yeah? I can say name, for example, Hamad Odabi, which just Hamad Odabi. This is my name. Now I assign the string Hamad Odabi to my name. I can do many things of it. If I say type again and say name, you will see it's coming str, means string. String is a text to do. So these are the four. Now, one thing with this data, you can convert them from one type to other type. Say we said x equal 5. Yeah, x equal 5. If you do look at the type, it's integer, isn't it? This is integer. Now, if I want to make it float, I say float of x. Now, what I did, I cast data or converted cast into float. So casting means changing data, casting. This is the name of it. Casting means changing data from one data type to another data type. If you have integer value and you cast it to float, this is fine. There's no issue, yeah? But if you have a float and you cast it to integer, what will happen? You will lose some data. Assume I'll say y equal 50.8. Okay, this is what? This is float. So because I can say type of y is float. Now, if I want to convert it to integer and say integer of y, what will happen? I'm losing the 0.8. It become only 5. Okay, so casting means changing data from one data type to another. Casting integer to float is no issue with that one. You lose no data because the integer has a whole number. But casting float into integer, you will lose any decimal point there. It will go away because it will give you just a whole number. Also, you can cast between integer and Boolean. I'll tell you. Say m equal 1. Okay, this is a variable. Now, if I say Boolean m, what will come? True. So the 1 is true. If it is 0 and I cast it, I'll get false. So you can cast integer into Boolean. You also can cast text. For example, if I have z, okay, equal 1 between quotation. This is like this, between quotation. Anything between quotation is a text or string. If I say type z, this is string. Now, if I want to cast it to integer, I say int z will give me 1. This one is integer. Yeah, it doesn't have the quotation I have here. Okay, so casting can be also there, but you cannot cast, for example, if you have z equal quotation Hamad, for example, z is Hamad, and you want to cast it to integer, say cast z, what will happen? I'll get an error because Hamad cannot be changed to a number, but 1 here or any number can be casted to integer. So these are things You need to. So the casting means I can change data from one data type to others by using the type. Okay, so look, go back here. Let's start from where we start. From here. So we put X 5.6. We find the type of X is float because it has a decimal point. Then we put H equal true and looked at the type, came Boolean. When we put it false, again, think it's a Boolean. A string is just between quotations. You can cast integer to float. So X is 5, which integer. I change it to float, became 5.0. Yeah, and then this way. So this video they have here from IBM, if you go back here, the next one is just talking about what I explained here, which video number, data type. This video, if you watch it, you will find they will talk about the things I spoke about it. There's something called integer, which hold number, float that has a decimal point, Boolean that has true or false or 0 or 1, and string that has a text and between quotations. If you look at that video, you will come down, you will find few questions that you need to try this question. You don't have to do it to now. You can watch the video later when you want to watch the video. Now back to here and see if you have questions for me. We couldn't download Anaconda link because it's Zoom on my Android. No, okay. You can do that one later. You have to have Anaconda on your computer, not on your phone. It doesn't work on your phone. It has to be on a computer. Will this course be only for 5 days? Yes, it's only 5 days. Please send the Zoom link. I did send the Zoom link. I am unable to hear you. You have a problem with your computer. You need to fix that one because I think everyone is hearing me. I can't, that's you, that's you. Is there a limit to complete the course or you can do it anytime? There's no limit on completing the course. Can you send the Zoom link? I did send the Zoom link, but if your email is correct when you registered, you will receive it again today from me. Now let me see if people have some questions here. Yes, I did. Thank you. This is very good. Oh, I have one here with a picture. Oh, thank you. Nice, nice picture. Thank you for that. 1333. Okay. Okay. Here is it. Okay, that's very good. Thank you for that. You added, but you didn't calculate the average. You need to calculate the average as well, which good, you did that. Thank you for that. How did you get to this question, Dr. Hamad? I did explain. I'm repeating it because this is the first time. It should be easier next time. When you go to module 1, with each video almost, yeah, you are in the data type, you click on data type, then you'll find the video and then you'll find the questions down. Okay, let's now move to the next slide. Now, I think you will get a question now. Get your phone ready. You will get some score, so get your phone ready. Okay. Now, if you have x equal 20 and you print float x, what you will get? Okay, so the options we have are if x is 20 and you print float 20, what you will get? You will get 20.0 because basically you're converting or casting integer into float. So you'll get 0.0. You will not get 20 as it is. Because 20 is integer. 20.0 is float. You will not get an error because everything is correct there. And you can try it on your computer and you will see what's going on. Now there is change in the order. Anas is now 33. He is on the lead. Muhammad is 30, is second. Ahmad, I think the number is changing. So you're doing good progress. We can see some progress there. Now there is another question coming. Get ready. 1, 2, 3. Now here's the question. Let us see who will answer it. So if you have x is 21.5, then you say y equal end of x, and then you print y. What you will get? Okay, so let's see the answers. The answers is this 21 become integer, become okay. The answer is 21 with no decimal point. This is wrong. Why this is wrong? Because x was 21.5. When we did cast it to integer, convert it to integer, it became just 21 with no point. And then we printed, so this is wrong. 0.5 will not work because it's already converted from integer, from float to integer. The right answer is this one. You want to know who is leading? Anzaf and Jav, you are leading with 2 points difference between Ahmad, Muhammad, and this is going well. I think we have one more questions coming to you. You need to answer that questions 1, 2, 3. The question saying, sorry, I didn't make it the question. Just a second, give me a second. I'll need to, yeah, it's working, yeah. So you can see the question there and you answer. I'll share screen after they do that. Now this is good, share screen. Okay, so x equal 5, y equal 3, and we're saying m Boolean, x more than y. What the answer for this one? Okay, let's see the answers you have. So for one answer is saying true, one saying false, one saying error. Yes. What is the answer? X is 5, y is 3. And we're saying x more than y. Is x more than y? What the answer? True or false? Is x more than y? It's true. And then the answer will be true. Yeah. So this is how it, so x equal 5, y equal 3. Then this is the question here. Is x more than y? The answer is yes, which means true. So the outcome will come true, will not be false, will not be error. Okay, who is leading? Anzaf is leading and Ahmed, both of them just staying on the lead, and there's no big difference with Muazzam there, and Ahmed also is not that far. Okay, good. Now we have to go to the variables now. Okay. Variables. We've been working with the variables for some time. We looked at variables when we did X, Y, Z. One thing you need to remember with the variables, as we said, it's the case sensitive. So if I say X capital equal 10, and then run it. If I come here and say print X lowercase, I'll get an error, but I will not get an error here. Why? Because I already have X somewhere up there. So this will not get me an error here, but it should. But if I say X1 uppercase and come here and say X1 lowercase, what I'll get an error. And you read the error saying name X1 is not defined because the variable has to have the same case. Also, I can start by something calling 1x equal 5. Yeah, variable should start by a letter, yeah, or character. You cannot start it by a number. Yeah, so that's not acceptable. Also, you cannot have space. You cannot have X space 1. X space 1 doesn't work. Yeah, so these are some of the rules on variables in Python, similar to other programming languages. But what's important is the expression. Let me see what I prepared for you here. This one. Okay, I have a question for you now before I get into the expression, and get ready for it. Oh, this is related to the expression. Anyway, answer it and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so what we have here, we have X equal 5, Y equal 8. Now, how we can find the value of Z? If we have X plus Y divided by 8 equal Z. So what the answer will be? Now, looking at the answers given to you, is one of it is 1.625, and one is 6.0, and one is 6. Which one is the right answer? Now, X is 5, and then Y divided by 8. When you divide Y by 8, Y is 8. So 8 divided by 8 give you 1. Yeah, 1 plus 5 give you 6. Now in Python, the sequence of the operation as follows, or on all our programming languages, not only Python. Yeah, if you have a formula, the first thing is added, calculated, is the bracket. If something between bracket will be calculated first, and then multiplication and division, and then addition and subtraction. For example, here, first thing the computer will calculate, or the program will calculate, is Y divided by 8, because division has the first priority in the calculation. So Y divided by 8 means 8 divided by 8 is 1. And then it will add it to X, give you the value. So this will give you 6. So the answer is 6. Yeah. And here is the score. Is some changes in the score. Let's practice few things on this one. We look at it here. Let's say some sort of formulas. Yeah, we'll say M equal 2 divided by 5, 4 divided by 5 plus 2. What will be the answer here? If I say print M. I'm getting 2.8. Why? Because when you divide 4 by 5, you will get 0.8. And then you add it to 2. Now, if I wanted first to calculate 2 plus 7, 5 plus 2 first, I can put them between brackets. When I put them between brackets, I force the computer to calculate it first. Yeah, this way it will calculate 7 and then divide 4 on the 7. Let's find a better number. Let's make this one 2. If you do this, yeah. See, this one will give us 1. Why? Why it give it us 1? Because it will add 2 plus 2 first, because they are between bracket, and then the result will take 4 and divide it on that one. But if you write it this way, m equal 4 divided by 2 plus 2, this will give you what? If you get print m, will give you 4. See, they look similar, yeah? But they're not similar. Here I forced it to add the two numbers together and then the divide for that. But here I'm saying divide by 2 first and then add the 2. So when you have division or multiplication, they will be done first. If you have a bracket, it will be done first. Then you have multiplication or division will be done second, and then the addition and the other things. So this is the sequence of operations you need to, and it's done from left to right. Okay, let's go here. This is done. Let's go to another questions. I think we have. There is another questions. Get us the answer for these questions. Okay, so here again, similar one, yeah? But what we did, we forced it to add x and y first. Yeah, then the result divided by 8. So this is how it will be. You can see on the score who is making now the lead. So basically it will, this is the right answer, is 1.625. Why? Because you will first add the two numbers 13 divided by 8. That's what will get you the number. So the bracket force you to do the calculation first, and then you do the next one. Okay. Now, string, yeah. I have a link for you here. This will take you to some long document that has so many functions for string. We'll cover some of it now. Let's go to our code and let's have here again name equal Hamad Uda. This is the one we had before. Okay. Now this is a string. The string is collection of characters, isn't it? So if you have a variable like this and I say name, put bracket, this bracket, yeah, square bracket, 0. What do you think I'll get? I'll get the first character in the string. So this way you can get the first character in the string. I want to get the second character, will be 1. So the string start by 0, yeah, which A. Okay. So if you have a string, you can start using those square bracket to manipulate that string. One thing is you can find the character of each one of it this way. Also, you can find the length of it using the command called len. Len will give you the length of that one. So len of name, and you run this one, you will get 12. Hamad Udabi contain 12 characters. Okay, that's how it is. Now, if I want to take only from 0 to 5, the characters, how I can do that? I use name, this bracket, 0 to 5. And this will give me Hamad. which from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't get me the 5. Always it's 1 less than the number you add here. Okay. Now, if I want to take from 6 to something else, I can do this. 6 to 12. Yeah. If you do this, then you get the last name, 6 to 12. Yeah. Now, if I want to take all the names I have in Hammer in this one, yeah, say I want to take from 0 to 12, but I want to take every second character. For example, I want to say A, then space, then D, then every second character. How you do that? I can do it this way. 0 to 12, take every second character. And this will give me this one. See, it's coming this way. So it started from 0H, then M, then D, and continue that way. So this, the first one is the start, the second one is the end, and this one, how many character you will skip. Oh, yeah, that's how it is. I can also do the opposite. Say name -5. Let's do this one. Name -5, it goes from the end and going to the 5 location. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get me D. So this one -5 start from the end of the string. You need to go. Okay, so the string, you can divide it into characters. If you have a string like this, if you want to take the first character is 0, so it will be name square bracket 0. If you want to take from the first one to the 5th one, then you can say 0 to 5. Okay, and it will not take the 5th, it will take the 4th. And if you want to skip anyone, you use the 3rd one. So this technique, which is here, we will use it a lot later in the data analytics when we come to the data analytics or data science, because it helps us to manipulate string and data and extract data from different data. Now here, there are other things you can look at it, like for example, capitalize. If you look at capitalize, it's basically make it all capital. Yeah, make it all capital. And you can use it here. For example, I have name here. I'll say name dot. By the way, if you put any variable, like I put here name and put dot, if you press tab, it will display for you all the different things you can do with that one. See, capitalize is one of it. Yeah, and between bracket. If I run this one, it will, sorry. And that's one of it. You can also use other things. You can store it in a variable, then capitalize it. There are many other variables like make count, center, find data within data. Many of this you can look at it, and there are examples here on how to use each one of it. Okay, let's go to the next question, the last questions we have, and then we'll look at your questions. Get ready for the last questions. 1, 2, 3. I gave you a lot of time on this one. Okay, I see how is the score. So we have a string. It looks numbers, but they are not really numbers. These are string because they are between quotations. And we want to get from the 1 to 5. So this is 1 here to 5, okay? And we need to skip by 2, okay? So let's see what was your answers. Answers coming from you this way, which if we start from 1 and we skip 2, so we'll get 1, 3. Because we're choosing only 5, yeah, until 4 means 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the things that will be part of the text. These are the things will be part of the text. And we're skipping 2. So we'll get 1, 3. So we'll get 13. The answer is 13. So the right answer is 13. Oh, very good. So many of you are doing that one. Good thing some of you may be clever trying it on the code, yeah, and see how it will work. Now we'll see that changes. Aha, now change, huge difference because this giving lots of time, you get more points. So that's where it is. But I think Sai Rohan, I think today you are leading, and congratulations for that one. So basically, this is the first module. See how easy it is? We've completed the whole module, which there, module 1. So what we spoke about was we had done our first program, we looked at it, we looked at data type, which int, float, Boolean, and string. Then we looked at variables and how we calculate variables using expression. And then we did string, and we looked at how we can manipulate string by taking different characters from a string using different way. And you can do the labs on your own if you want to do that one. And then there's 5 questions here and how you have to complete it. Make sure you complete those 5 questions. You answer those 5 questions. Go and answer it now. I'll give you a few minutes to look at it. If you want to answer it, or at least just review it, and then you can answer it later on your own time. Okay, good. So we're done with this module today. What I will do, I will answer your questions on the system, learn how, and then you can look at the answers that questions you did, because you have to go for a quick another meeting. But tomorrow we'll start the session by answering all your questions. If you practice, please practice, practice, practice. I'll send you the link to the video tonight, hopefully, inshallah. And then practice. And when we come tomorrow, you can ask me questions and we can try to answer it at the beginning. Then we'll go into module 2, which should be a more fun module 2, which we will do. Okay. So thank you today for today's session and wish you all the best, everyone. Thanks. Bye.